Good morning, afternoon, or evening. How you all doing today? Welcome back to Mr. Morrow's intensive math class. Today we are going to be talking about dividing large whole numbers. In order to be proficient at division, proficient means good. You must know your multiplication facts. You gotta know your times tables by memory, at least up to the 15s. Number two, you must line up numbers carefully. Just like we did before, use arrows to know where you're going exactly. And number three, use arrows for organization. Okay? Very simple. How does it work? Well, when we're dividing large numbers, it's no different than dividing small numbers. For example, if I want you to divide 529,232 by 124, I could give it to you in this terminology with a division bar, or I can say 529,232 divided by 124. The number after the word by, or the number in the denominator, always goes on the outside. The numerator, the top number, goes on the inside. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, guys. So again, the top number is called the numerator, and the numerator goes inside the division box. The bottom number is called the denominator, and the denominator goes outside of the division box. Always. It does not matter whether or not the numerator is larger than the denominator or the denominator is larger than the numerator. The denominator always goes on the outside, and the numerator always goes on the inside. Okay? Does that make sense, gentlemen? Okay. Sometimes when dividing, okay, you will end up with remainders. If that is the case, there are two ways to write the correct answer. Let me explain. 2,562 divided by 18. 18 on the outside, 2,562 on the inside. 18 goes into 25 how many times? One time. That's 18. 25 minus 18, you borrow 1 from the 2, making that a 15. That's a 7. You bring down the 6. 18 goes into 76. What do you think, guys? This is where we got to start guessing and working out the values. Yeah, what do you think? 3 times? Okay, let's try. Hold on, let's try 3. 4, 2, that's 54. That's too low. Okay, let's do 4. Thank you. Awesome. 2, 3, that's exactly correct. 72. So that goes in 4 times. Notice that I placed the 4 above the 6 because that is the place that I'm working with right now. So 4 times 18 is 72. Bring down the 4. Bring down the 2. 18 goes into 42 how many times? No, 18 times 3 is 54. So let's try 2. 18 times 2 is 36. So you have a 2 here. Notice I put it over the 2 because that is the place of the value right now. 2 times 18 is 36. And then 42 minus 36 is 6 left over. Now, we have 2 choices here, okay? You can write this now as a mixed number. You can say the answer is 142 and 6 out of 18 is my remainder, which we can reduce. We divide the top and bottom by both 6, and you get 142 and 1/3. Okay? That is one option. Now, there's a second option here, and we can turn this into a decimal. Okay? Let me show you how to do that. The second option, we have this 6 here. Once I get to a value that my divisor, my outside number, cannot go into, I can add a decimal, bring it up, add a 0, drop it down, and then start dividing again. 18 goes into 60, we already know, 3 times, which is 54. And then, hey, there's another 6, so drop another 0. And then we're going to have to put 3 again, and this is going to go on and on forever. So we can put a little repeating symbol here. And then that would be your answer. So you could leave it as a mixed number or 142.33. Since we haven't worked with decimals a lot yet, we're going to have a whole chapter on decimals. I would suggest at this point in the game to leave it as a mixed number. Does that make sense, gentlemen? Are there any questions on that, gentlemen? May I continue, gentlemen? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And that's it. Okay. Let me do one thing, though, guys. Sorry about this. I never did the first one. And that was my bad. So let's do this first one. We're going back in time. So I've got 124. Okay. 592,232 divided by 124. So 124 on the outside, 529,232 on the inside. What do you think, guys? How many times do you think 124 can go into 529? You want to try 4? Let's try 4. So times 4, we got 6, 1, that's 9, and then that's 4. Let's also try, no, 5 is going to be too much. No, 8 is going to go way over. No, so let's go, no, 4. If we go less, if we go smaller, we're going to get less. You either go larger or smaller, but in this case, we can't go smaller. So this is a 4. Notice that I put it over the 9 because I'm asking how many times can 124 go into 529? You subtract the 496. Drop down the 2. Use arrows. Be neat. 9 minus 6 is 3. Okay, I got to borrow 1 from here to make this a 12. That's a 3 as well. How many times do you gentlemen think 124 can go into 332? Let's try 2. We got 8, 4, 248. Let's see if 3 will work. 124 times 3, 2, 1, that's a 7. 372, no, so it's going to be 2 times. Notice I put the 2 in the next slot, right above the 2. So that's going to be 248. Be neat. Drop down to 3, gentlemen. I'm going to borrow 1 from the 3, making that a 2, making this a 12. So that's a 4. I'm going to borrow 1 from the 3, making that a 2, making that a 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. How many times do you think, gentlemen, 124 can go into 843? 7? Okay, that's going to be a little too high, but let's check it. 8, 2, 6, 1. That's 868, a little too high. Let's try 6. That's a 4 and a 2. 12 plus 2 is 4 and a 1. That's 744. That's good stuff. So 6. And we've got 744. Be neat. Drop down to 2. Borrow 1 from the 4, making it a 3, making this a 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. Borrow 1 from the 8, making it a 7, making this 3 a 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. And last but not least, gentlemen, how many times do you think 124 can go into 992. Let's try 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 16 plus 3 is 19. Carry the 1. And bingo. We got it. On the money, my brothers. 0. Does that make sense, my brothers? Alrighty. Excellent. You guys are awesome. Now, this is a little QR code, barcode that I created for you guys. I want you to scan it, and you're going to see what happens. Enjoy this. Practice. I hope you had a great day, and I hope you learned a lot. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.